This is the Draft Guys podcast with Peyton and Niko coming at you live with the Cincinnati Bengals three-round mock draft. Pete, you see the free agents on the screen, a very short list. Is there any hope for this Bengals organization, this team, this franchise, and this fan base?
Yeah, you spent a lot of money in this free agency on not a lot of players. You gave about $14 million a year to both Brian Cook and Jonathan Allen, and then 15 to Mafe. I think that's a good deal, or about 20, sorry, 20 to Mafe. I think that's a good deal. That's about the range that I liked him in, so I actually like that signing, which is something I don't say about the Bengals organization a lot. The other signings, not super high on. That's a lot of money for players that I don't think are worth it, but the good news for y'all is you're drafting at 10. So there's a really good draft pick available to hopefully get you a superstar.
Yeah, they have a bunch of needs. They got edge, nickelback, defensive tackle, tight end, offensive line. Hopefully, we solve a few of those needs right here with their three picks within this 3 rounds of the mock draft. We'll go straight to the simulator and we'll go through and we'll see the roll. Okay. So Caleb Downs is going to drop to number 10 here, which is very interesting. Haven't seen that a ton. Jamal McCoy is also here. Keldrick Folk is here as well. Yeah, Pete, on anything jumping off the screen for you?
Yeah, you like this if Downs falls to the spot. I don't know if they're going to draft him, is the thing. So this is the hardest team in the league for. There's the biggest disparity between what I would do and the way this team drafts. We have totally complete opposite ideas on how the draft process should work. And not to be frank, it hasn't worked out that well for them over the past few years. So I would take Caleb Downs here. However, Keldrick Falk is their type, and that's their player. That's who they draft. Do you have? I know you're higher on Falk than I am. I think Falk going to the Bengals is a death wish for him. So I think we should take Downs here. I think that's maybe not the most realistic option, but something that I could absolutely see happen on draft night. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Downs is like the pick, but I like what you're saying about Folk. I love Folk. Number 10 rated prospect on my board is going to be my number one defensive end. That's obviously a little bit of a discrepancy from the edge class. So if he's listed as an edge here, he's really a defensive end, though. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah, it's totally up to you. I mean, do we want this to be hyper realistic or do we want this to be like what the Bengals fans should want and what the Bengals really should do?
Look, it's a bad time to have to be a Bengals fan. So let's take Downs and let's hopefully give them a little bit of a smile and hope and something that could actually happen on draft night.
I love that. That's a great pick. We'll move to their next pick here, not too far along. It'll be at number 41, of course, in the second round. Okay. Interesting. Ty Simpson does fall in this mock. Very, very interesting. Looking at some other needs, obviously they just got rid of that, that edge or that defensive end spot. Could use a defensive tackle. Tight end is a question mark. Offensive line. Seeing some other guys, nickelback, could be in play. Yeah, I mean, or they can just do something, maybe BPA. I don't think they usually do that, but you got some guys on the board here. Pete, is there somebody who you think could fit really well with this Bengals team?
Yeah, Zion Young is the guy on the board that I think we haven't marked too much to this team here at 41. But I think fits what they want to do. He's their prototypical edge rusher that fits in their system, at least body type wise and athlete wise. And I think this is a player, me personally, that I think is better than the 39th player in the class and is a good value here at 41.
I absolutely love it. They lost guys. They lost Trey Hendrickson. They lost Joseph Osai. They
Yeah.
obviously have Shamar Stewart waiting in the fold, Miles Murphy, hopefully, but those guys have not shown it. So let's just keep mocking them this defensive end position. Why not? We'll pick that here at 41, and we'll move to the pick at 72, which would be early in the third round. And we'll look at the board, and wow, very, very interesting. The board, Caleb Banks, probably unrealistic here for him to drop to the third, but Anthony Hill is also here. Looking down the list, some guys, Eli Stowers could be a very interesting spot. Jadarian Price is here. Yeah, I don't think we'll go edge a third time, but Joshua Josephs is on the board. Yeah, you got your fair share of defensive tackles as well. So, is there something that you're targeting here, Pete?
Yeah, I think Jadarian Price. I think is the guy that popped into my head. This is a team that hasn't really had that spark at running back over the last few seasons. and has an opportunity to get that back here. Probably the worst starting running back in the league last year, worst rotation of running backs in the league. I know statistically they were the worst. Part of that is on the offensive line, but getting Jadarian Price in that backfield at 72 feels like a steal to get him there. So I think that's the pick if that's cool with you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Not much that I'd be looking for in terms, I mean, you're looking at BPA and it's just, he's definitely, he's my 43rd ranked. I know he's higher for you. Yeah, and if you're getting him at 72, it's kind of just a no-brainer. All these other guys, I just don't think the machine hates Caleb Banks. Let's make that
Yeah.
clear. It just, I don't understand. I mean, P Dunne's number four ranked player in his big board, but yeah, this is just ridiculous. We're not going to pick him. That's unrealistic. Jadarian Price, a lot more realistic, but he's better than the number 72 ranked player. And if he's going to be here, we're going to take him. That'll be it for this Bengals 3-round mock draft. And you'll see the recap on the screen. P Dunne, enlighten the viewers.
Yeah, I think Caleb Downs and Zion Young just instantly makes your defense so much better. I think is something that they need. Those are two of the highest raisers in the class on the defensive side of the ball. And then Jadarian Price finally getting a change of pace back in there, combined with all the firepower on that offense. I think it's a good draft.
Love it, love it, gotta love it. We don't say that much about the Bengals, but this time we like it. Maybe that's because we did it. We thank you guys so much for tuning in.